India and the European Union have concluded nearly 2 decades of negotiations by agreeing to a landmark free trade agreement, FTA, that officials on both sides have described as one of the most consequential trade pacts of the 21st century. Signed on 27 January 2026 in New Delhi, the deal, branded by EU leaders as the "mother of all deals," is set to reshape bilateral economic relations and recalibrate global trade dynamics at a time of shifting geopolitical and commercial currents. The agreement, still subject to legal ratification processes in the Indian Parliament, the European Parliament, and among EU member states, aims to liberalize trade in goods and services, substantially reduce tariffs, deepen regulatory cooperation, and facilitate investment and mobility. If fully implemented, expected by early 2027, the FTA will link two of the world's largest markets, encompassing roughly 2 billion consumers and nearly a quarter of global GDP. At its core, the India-EU Trade Pact focuses on tariff liberalization, market access, and structural regulatory alignment. Under the terms agreed, tariffs on over 95 to 97% of goods traded by value between India and the EU are slated for elimination or steep reduction. For European exporters, this represents annual savings of up to 4 billion euros in duties, while Indian exporters will see preferential access to markets where they previously faced tariff barriers. Under the India-EU trade deal, India will sharply cut automobile import duties from levels as high as 110% to around 10% for a quota of roughly 250,000 vehicles a year, giving European carmakers unprecedented access to India's fast-growing auto market. The agreement is also set to benefit Indian automakers and component makers by easing entry into the EU, boosting exports of vehicles, parts, and electric mobility components. Lower duties on advanced European machinery and technology are expected to support manufacturing upgrades, improve safety standards, speed up the shift to electric and green vehicles, and, through regulatory cooperation and mutual recognition of standards, reduce compliance costs while attracting greater European investment. Import duties on wines and spirits are to fall from around 150% to roughly 20 to 40% over time, signaling broader liberalization in high-value consumer segments. The pact also eliminates tariffs on machinery, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, processed foods, and a range of industrial and consumer goods. On the Indian side, textiles, leather goods, footwear, gems and jewelry, chemicals and marine products are expected to benefit from preferential or zero-duty access to the EU market, helping Indian exporters compete more effectively with established low-cost producers in Asia. Beyond goods, the agreement covers services, investment protection, regulatory cooperation and professional mobility, seeking to ease trade in finance, telecom, business services and transport, with mutual recognition of standards. A key element is climate cooperation, including a €500 million EU grant to help India decarbonize industry and align with the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism (CBAM). Both sides have emphasized cooperation on standards, digital trade, data flows and intellectual property, reflecting shared interests in 21st century commerce. The government, led by Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, has described it as a milestone in trade policy, stressing strong safeguards for sensitive sectors such as agriculture alongside new opportunities for manufacturing and services. It has underscored measures to protect farmers, including excluding key farm products from major tariff cuts, allowing extended phase-out periods, and retaining safeguards against import surges, while continuing domestic support through subsidies and standards. Observers characterize the deal as more than a commercial pact. It is a strategic statement in a world grappling with trade tensions, tariff escalations, and a rebalancing of supply chains. Internationally, the agreement has triggered unease among several trade partners. The United States, then under former President Donald Trump, publicly expressed disappointment, viewing the EU's deepening economic alignment with India as undermining Washington's push for an America-centric trade architecture. For India, the FTA represents a key plank in its broader economic diplomacy, aimed at reducing dependence on any single market and diversifying export destinations. With high US tariffs and protectionist policies challenging Indian exporters in recent years, access to the EU, historically India's largest goods trading partner, is seen as a vital opportunity to sustain export growth and create jobs in export-oriented sectors. Pakistan and Bangladesh are also expected to face adverse effects, as India's preferential access to the EU could erode their competitiveness in textiles, apparel, and leather exports, sectors where they rely heavily on tariff advantages. Turkey, a major exporter of industrial goods and garments to Europe, may similarly confront intensified competition from Indian manufacturers benefiting from lower duties and improved market access. With legal ratification likely by late 2026 or early 2027, industries are gearing up for phased rollout, as analysts expect Indian exports to Europe to double in 5 years and deeper integration to boost FDI and strengthen Asia-Europe supply chains. The India-EU FTA stands out as one of the most consequential trade agreements of this decade, not only for its scale and ambition, but for its symbolic affirmation that open markets and strategic partnerships remain central to global economic stability in an era marked by rising protectionism and geopolitical competition.